are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear.
Refugees are welcome.
Say it clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
Say it loud, say it clear.
Refugees are welcome here.
A great many people are also fleeing terrible situations because their land is no longer fit to farm or so on. So the other cause is something that all of us actually have a contribution to, which is the whole thing around climate change. So that's the other thing we need to do, is to get our governments to get serious about climate change so that people don't have to leave their homes. Although we're seeing a terrible crisis unfold across the world, we're seeing countries like Turkey and Jordan and Lebanon taking a real burden of all those people who are no longer able to live with their friends and family and neighbours in the places they call home. It seems to me a tragedy of enormous proportions that people can only find a safe haven, first of all by going to refugee camps, which I don't know about any of you, but it's not where I'd want to bring up my children. I think they all hoped those were temporary refugees, but as it's becoming clear to them that the situation is not going to resolve itself anytime soon, more and more people are making the decision that the only way they can have a better life is to come across the Mediterranean, get into Europe, and hope they can find a safe refuge, a home, an education, a future for themselves and their children. It's shameful to everyone in Europe, everyone who is trying to make difficulties about finding homes for people. We only have to look at, not looking very far afield, we only have to look at what's happening in Calais to see that we're really forcing people into truly dire living conditions because we won't open our borders and say, you are the kind of people who could make a huge contribution to our country. Please come on in, join us, help us to make a better country together with all the skills and talents and enterprise that you would bring with you. None of us think we can solve the refugee problem by ourselves, but I know that we in Lewes think that at the very least we can make a useful contribution. We can all join together to demand that our local authorities take steps to organise. We all know that social housing is in short supply. I don't think anyone's asking the district or the county to give up social housing. What we're saying is set the arrangements in place so that those of us who've got space to give someone a home or could help in some other kind of way could have, there'd be a system in place that we could bring people who need a home, people who've got a home, people who've got money to give, all those things, we could bring them all together. Now that's why I set up the petition on 38 Degrees, and I'm hoping that a lot of you have already signed it online. If so, there's no need to sign again, but we also have a paper petition so we can add extra numbers, because it's over 1,000 already. And if we reach 1,500, then we can force a debate at the district council to really ask them to tell us what they're going to do to enable us to be the hospitable, welcoming town that I've always known Lewes to be. And I know all of you are behind me and everyone else who's working so hard to ensure that we do welcome refugees in Lewes. So thank you very much, everyone.